It all started during lockdown when I disappeared into my shed and I built my first whirligig. And before long, I was making 10 a week, 25 a week, 50 a week, and I was selling them on eBay and to friends all over the place. Made a fortune. Anyway, if you want to see how to make whirligigs, just look at this series. They're in no particular order, but I cover all things: how I finished up with my final design, how I make the hubs, how I make the propellers, how I design them. It's all there. All you have to do is watch, and you too become a millionaire like me and retire to Barbados and lay on a sandy beach with all the money you earn making whirligigs. Only joking.
Right, welcome. Today what I'm going to show you is Doris. Doris the flower lady. As you can see, she's a homemade whirligig made by me. I go under the name of Mr. Whirligig, just to be different I suppose. It's not my real name obviously. As you can see, it's all homemade, home painted, all cut out on a jigsaw. And it goes round and round like that. It's driven by a propeller. Here's a propeller. As you can see, it's one of my homemade propellers. If you've seen the earlier videos I've done, I show exactly how I make the propellers and how we stick them together, cut them out, and why I do them this way. They are very light and they work very well. People always ask me, is on the mechanism on the end here. As you can see, we have the plate here, which we stick all our models on, and then we have the hub. It's not the hub, what would you call this bit? The bearing bit, which the propeller bolts onto the end of here, and it drives and it goes around like that. We do put, as you can see, we do have bearings in here, little plastic nyla. I'm not sure what they're made out of. Bearings. There's one that side and one that side. We put shake-proof nuts on. Shake-proof nut there. This is a piece of wire which we fit into the end. I will on a later video show you how I actually do make these all up, because a lot of people have shown a lot of interest on how I make whirligigs, because though I did start making them as a hobby, they become so popular now. So I tend to make maybe 2 a week, and we sell them on eBay. And the propeller fits on the end. We just screw that on like that. Just 1 second, and I'll show you how that goes. Oh look, we're banging the camera. We just screw it on. Let me just see if I can do it that way. There we go. There we are. And we just screw that on there. The holder fits nicely around the threaded thing. Sits on there like that. Okay, and we put a wing nut on the end just to keep it on there nice and tight. On the bottom of it you have the main shaft. Again, it's a bit of threaded, which comes into this bit. It's screwed onto the back. Okay. And then that fits onto the stand. Now the stand is a multi-purpose stand. You can either use the stand, just screw it with the 4 screws onto the top of a post, a wall, a fence, or anything like that. In the top we put a washer, which goes in the top there. I can show you on this one here. This is the we put a washer in there similar to that, and then the just fits in. So I haven't got much room here with the tripod in the way, and it just fits in there like that, and it rotates around. So what you can either do with the stand is you can either fit the stand, you can screw it onto top of a post or on a wall, as I say. Make sure you've got your washer in there, then the whirligig sits on top of it. If you want to, you can take it's only held on with 1 screw, you can take the base off. Similar to that, take the base off, So then you've just got the post, and then you can, I haven't drilled them in, but you would have to drill 2 holes in there. I haven't drilled those because if people don't use it, it's wasted drilling holes. And then you can sort of mount it on the side of a wall or something, you know, like that. You could then screw it onto the side and let the whirligig sit on top there. That's 2 ways of fitting. The other alternative is actually to, if you've got a post in the garden and you don't want to stick one of these posts on the top of the post, you can then just drill the hole in the top of the post, as long as it's flat, put the washer in, stick the washer in, as long as you go in at about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, so it's long enough for the bolt to go in. Stick your washer in and you can put it on there, so you've got no need for the post. Well, thank you very much for watching the video. If you'd like to support my channel, you can do so by obviously sharing and liking and subscribing to the channel. But even more, I'd appreciate it more if you'd love to buy me a cup of tea so I can dunk my biscuits into. It would be greatly appreciated. Follow the link in the description. Thank you.